Welcome to Blue Helm Space News Brief. You can find us at bluehelmco.com. On this day in 2016, the European Space Agency's Rosetta spacecraft purposely crashed into a comet. Today is Wednesday, September 30th, and these are your top space news headlines. The Space Force operates about 77 satellites, but more will be deployed in the coming years, so the current network of antennas doesn't have enough capacity. Quote, phased array technology to control multiple satellites across multiple orbits is something we'll need in the future, unquote, said Colonel Rhett Turnbull. Quote, we're launching a lot of new capabilities, and they all need to be commanded and controlled from the ground, unquote. This was after a test this summer at the Schreiber Air Force Base in Colorado of an electronically steered phased array antenna made by Lockheed Martin and Ball Aerospace that communicated with 4 military satellites across multiple orbits. Quote, to fly the missions we'll be launching, we'll need civil, commercial systems, something like multi-band, multi-mission in addition to existing systems we have today, unquote, Turnbull said. OneWeb has secured an additional $235 million in interim financing to allow the company to resume deployment of its satellite constellation while awaiting approval for its sale to the British government and Bharti Global. Japan's Institute for Q-shu Pioneers of Space has ambitious plans for the Synthetic Aperture Radar (SAR) constellation. By 2025, iQPS plans to operate a 36-satellite constellation to gather data and imagery with a resolution of 1 meter, quote, of almost any point in the world within 10 minutes and to conduct fixed-point observations of particular areas once every 10 minutes, unquote. iQPS spokeswoman Yuki Ariyoshi told Space News. The 4-satellite NetSat mission, launched September 28th on a Russian Soyuz rocket, is designed to showcase technology for formation flight. NetSat's 4 cubesats will, quote, demonstrate formation flight in 3-dimensional configurations, unquote. Klaus Schillings, University of Würzburg Robotics and Telematics Chair, told Space News, quote, this promises huge potentials for innovation approaches to future satellite systems in Earth observation and telecommunications, unquote. In addition, the NetSat mission may reveal collision avoidance strategies, added Schillings, who is also the NetSat principal investigator. Swiss-12 is working with Thales Alenia Space to expand the use of additively manufactured parts for geostationary communications satellites. Swiss-12, a Swiss-based telecommunications component startup, has worked for years to design, manufacture, and test waveguide signal interconnects for Thales Alenia Space communications satellites. Thales Alenia Space plans to install the 3D printed waveguide signal interconnects on a Eutelsat Connect Very High Throughput Satellite, or VHTS, scheduled to launch in 2021. Swiss-12 announced delivery September 30th to Thales Alenia Space of a large batch of 3D printed waveguides. S&B is brought to you by, statistically speaking, about 49% of you might wear bras. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I even know what I'm talking about when it comes to them. However, our new sponsor, Hope's Chest, does. Since 2009, they've specialized in helping breast cancer survivors and those who've had reconstructive surgery, breast augmentation, and reductions. They also help those that are well-endowed, itty-bitty, athletes, moms-to-be, and those who have suffered from fibromyalgia. So if you have a problem trying to find the right fitting bra, head over to hopeschest.com for a unique bra fitting experience. They're going to help you find the perfect fitting bra for you. Once again, head over to hopeschest.com or give them a call at 714-797-9996. Law, policy, and events in space. The Pentagon contracting process can be a major deterrent to tech companies interested in selling products to the military. The U.S. Space Force is aware of that problem and is trying to incentivize suppliers that are developing cutting-edge technologies, officials said today in a virtual conference organized by the U.S. Air Force. Quote, the space renaissance happening on the commercial side is fantastic. There is innovation we can use, unquote. Colonel Eric Felt, director of the Air Force Research Laboratory Space Vehicle Directorate, said at the AFWERX Engage Space event. AFWERX, an Air Force program created to attract commercial companies to the defense market, picked 172 space companies from the more than 800 that competed for the opportunity to connect virtually with potential government buyers over the 2-day conference. DARPA just awarded a $14 million task order to Gryphon Technologies, a company in Washington, D.C. that provides engineering and technical solutions to national security organizations. The money will support DARPA's demonstration rocket for Agile Cislunar Operations (DRACO) program, whose main goal is to demonstrate a nuclear thermal propulsion system in Earth orbit. Tomorrow, SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket launch. Well, in case you didn't know, today's kind of a big day. It is International Podcast Day. That's right. So I want to take a second to plug a couple podcasts. The first one is titled Tiana Schowe's Ain't Quite Right. In her bio, it says, "Let's laugh, learn, and live big." She asks those big questions and tries to help you make your life better. It's an awesome podcast. She puts it out once a month. Go head over there to the show notes and click right through to hers if you want any help with business or family or life or expanding your own mind on how to make yourself better. She's awesome. Great experience. I love her dearly. The second is my dear buddy Jeff Talks. He delves into the psychology of fighting addiction and coming out of it and helping yourself in that. It's a great, helpful tool for all those who need it or are coming out of it or just are curious about the mentality behind it. He's got great guests on there. So I just wanted to plug those too. So, happy Wednesday. Please rate, subscribe, review, tell somebody about this podcast, get the word out. Find us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, @Blue Helm Co. Drink your water. I will be back here to talk to you tomorrow.